Thank you for joining us on Insight. It's on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umotte. It's going to be a very interesting program today, and I will urge you to stay tuned for the next 50 minutes or thereabouts as we conclude our election series just 2 days before the governorship and the House of Assembly elections billed for Saturday, March 8th. Now, on the 29th of May 2018, President Muhammad Buhari announced in his Democracy Day national address that he planned to sign the Not Too Young Bill into law. That he subsequently did on the 31st of May, same year. The bill, earlier passed by the National Assembly, altered sections 65, 100, 131 and 177 of the Constitution to reduce the age qualification for president, governors, and senators to 35 years, while members of the House of Representatives and the state houses of assembly were reduced to 25 years. This was seen as a boost for increased youth participation in politics and governance. Now, fast forward almost 5 years later, data from INEC reveals that from the number of registered voters in Nigeria, 37 million or 39.6% of voters are between the ages of 18 and 34. This shows that the data also show that students make up the largest category at 26 million or 27% of all registered voters in terms of occupational distribution. This data simply shows that young Nigerians are in a pole position to make an impact in the electoral and even decision process in the country. Well, at least according to available statistics. So, is this category of Nigerians ready to take up this challenge? What are their aspirations, needs, and even frustrations in the current scheme of things? We will attempt answers to some of these questions on Insight today, at least from the perspective of young Nigerians. We have their ambassador, so to speak, in the studio. As we go into elections on Saturday, we need to, for once, look at the polity from the mindset of that young Nigerian. So whether you are a millennial or a Gen Z generation, as they call it, or even the Alpha generation, you need to be interested in this discussion. And of course, my guest is Divine Crowns. Divine, welcome to Insight.
Thank you so much.
Divine is a student of microbiology from the Nasarawa State University. And she's going to be my eye, my lens in the studio today, because everything I'm going to discuss today, I'm going to do that from the eyes of Divine, from the perspective of Divine, who is a representative of that young Nigerian in the country. And as usual, you can also join our live stream on YouTube. Just type in Citizen FM 93.7 and you will be part of this show live. And you can also listen to us online on www.citizenfm.ng. Not forgetting that you can follow us on social media on our platforms, 3 of them on Facebook at Citizen FM Abuja, on Instagram at Citizen FM 937, and also on Twitter at Citizen FM 937. So that's how it's going to be on Insight today as we look at the governorship and the state houses of assembly elections. What is going on the minds of young Nigerians? We'll find out. Just stick to the program. So we'll come back after this short break. Please don't go away. Thank you for staying tuned. It's still Insight on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umotte, and as I told you earlier, my guest is Divine Crowns, a student of microbiology, Nasarawa State University. Divine, thank you once again for this honor.
Thank you.
Okay, straight up, Divine, a lot has been happening in the polity, and most of the time we see things happening, and when we ask this section of the Nigerian populace, these young people, and they say, oh, we don't have a chance, we don't have a place on the table. But recently, let's start this way. Recently, Divine, we've seen an upsurge in awareness of young Nigerians in politics, in governance. What would you say has been that motivation that has generated this interest in politics and governance? Maybe we should just start from there.
Okay. What I would say that has attracted youths to the interest of governance and politics, I would say NSA started this. Okay. So if you can recall, on the 20th of October 2020, there was a youth protest on police brutality. And it was centered, like it was on social media. It was a global thing. It was centered around police brutality and how young Nigerians were being brutalized by the Nigerian police. And this got a lot of people talking because it was quite interesting. The evidence, everything. And I remember quite all right, like on this Wednesday, when a lot of people died at the Lekki toll gate, it raised eyebrows because initially the Lagos state government and the Nigerian army had denied having any involvement with it. But later it was now revealed, CNN interview, that they did admit that, okay, they were not just there with blank bullets, but live rounds as well. Yes. So it was very sad, and it's just kind of highlighted some things, like it touchlighted some things, because a lot of people were just, like, it was just a lot. So that was what started the whole, okay, I think I need to pay more attention to these people. I need to keep an eye on them. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay,
let's look at the polity, elections and everything. Or maybe we should just zero in on the last election, the presidential and the National Assembly election. A lot has been said and everything.
Yes.
So generally, when you look at that in terms of the electoral process, what are your concerns as a young Nigerian? What are your fears about how things went?
Well, transparency is obviously going to be my first issue, because I feel like the 2023 elections were questionable, because in as much as everything, the machinery that was set aside for the 2020 elections were not used, they were not utilized, and this kind of like, a lot of question marks, because a lot of people, the turnout was massive, a lot of people came out to vote, a lot of people were interested, and then they now felt like, okay, I have come out, I have voted, and then it now is looking like what I voted is not what I'm seeing. A lot of people don't feel like their votes are counting. So this is one of my major concerns. Another of my concerns would be tribalism and how it's causing a great division. I'm sure we were having that conversation before we came into the studio. And it's actually a cause for concern, because this is something that's supposed to make Nigeria stand aside. And it's becoming a source of, instead of a source of national pride, it's becoming a threat, because it's affecting the youth. A lot of people now are considering, like, why should an Igbo man rule a Yoruba-speaking state? Like, it's now like, oh, why? Like, we want, so it's affecting, and it's really is a cause for concern, because I've never thought about why all of a sudden, if I don't speak a particular dialect, why am I not allowed? Why is there this competition? So it's just really a cause of concern, because it is not going to allow us to reach. It is not going to allow us to reach anywhere. It's not going to allow us to reach our full potential.
Okay. Gradually we are getting there. Let's move on to the need for the first place. A lot of young Nigerians complain,
yes,
that they've been shut out from the decision-making process in the country in terms of politics and everything. But some people also say you need to be there in the first place to stand a chance of being included.
Yes, and that is why a lot of people are running currently. Like, that is why a lot of attention is being paid on this particular elections, because young people are coming out and young people are speaking up. They are running for offices to the best of their knowledge. Do you understand? They are campaigning online, which is good. Yes.
Okay, yes, that's supposed to be a good thing also, but how many young people are also members of political parties? Because that's where that's where the decision takes place. Because you need to be in the political party to be part of the process that will throw up candidates.
Yes.
So let's look at that. Why do you think a lot of young Nigerians are not really interested in throwing their hearts into the ring when it comes to being partisan members of political parties?
Well, I feel like the youth feel like the government does not care. Most times the youths are not prioritized by the government, and they often aren't included. A lot of politics in Nigeria is centered around money as well. So this discourages young people from participating. Do you understand? And the results in the political part, the results tend to reduce. It gives rise to political apathy, because a lot of people don't feel like, why should I bother? And I'm here to tell a lot of people, you should bother, because it's not just them anymore. It's you as well. Nigeria is our future. Do you understand? So you need to be interested. Yes.
Okay. So apart from just telling, how do you get them to turn around for those who seem to have lost faith in the system?
Okay, I would say organization of community events for the younger and older communities. I would also say integrating voting processes in schools, creating competitions, quizzes, to get people more involved, because they need to start talking about it from a young age. They should know about these things from a young age. I would also say introduction of mentoring programs as well, and being involved in assemblies and discussions about it. There should be a panel for a youth representative at every hearing. There should be, so that they can include and, feel among and, participate as much as they can.
Okay, that's still part of voter education, I guess.
Yes.
Divine, from the statistics I reeled out at the beginning of the show, for the first time in so many years that I can remember, we have more young people who are interested in how things are run in the country.
Yeah.
How do you think this momentum can be maintained?
Okay. Well, I would say it can be maintained by just continually encouraging them. The more they participate, the more they feel encouraged to continue to, because when they see that, okay, what I'm doing is making a difference, when they see what they are doing is working, then they will be encouraged to participate. Yes.
All right. I like that. And Divine, we will need to take a break. My guest has been Divine Crown, and she says crown means Ade. So I have been talking to Divine Ade, who is a microbiology student at the Nasarawa State University. And Insight today is looking at the election through the lens of Divine and her mates, at a crew, the over 32 million Nigerians registered to vote in this election, and who will also make an impact in this election. So we've been looking at politics and governance from the eyes of the younger generation in Nigeria. We'll be back shortly after this break. Please don't go away.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tarkashi yanzu kuma lokaci ne na neman lada domin watan Ramadan ya karatu, wata mai albarka ya sake dawowa. Don haka muna kira ga daukacin musulmi domin daukar nauyin waɗansu daga cikin shirye-shiryenmu masu albarka, tsoffi da ma sabbi. Kiran sallah, tafsirin alkur'ani mai girma, karatun alkur'ani mai girma, tattaunawa akan abubuwan da suka shafi watan Ramadan mai albarka. Shirinmu mai suna matan aljanna, shirinmu na yara manyan gobe domin matasa masu tasowa, shirinmu na sauro special kai tsaye daga tashar Citizen FM. Allah ya ce wa zai bani bashi, ni kuwa in biya shi ranar kiyama. Tabbas lokaci yayi domin daukar nauyin ɗaya daga cikin waɗannan shirye-shirye. Sai ka tuntube mu a lambar waya kamar haka: 0800-63-78-23 ko kuma 08-73-96-4218.
ni'matallahi alaykum هل من خالق غير الله يرزقكم من السماء والأرض.
Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations accountable. We have cartoons, videos, podcasts, and other interesting content for your delight. For timely update on politics, entertainment, sport, and business, visit our website on www.premiumtimesng.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Citizen at Sunset on Citizen FM 93.7. This is the fun-packed radio show you heard about. Did you miss any one of our programming today? Join me, Diddy, from the Citizen Pot when we run through our programs from sunrise. Stay abreast, get informed on news roundup. It even gets better. Do you think you know Nigeria? Answer 3 questions correctly and be one of our daily winners on quizzes. It is the full package. Let's take you back, way back on African Vibes. Let's celebrate the African people, the rich cultures across borders, the languages, the good food, and wealth of excellence on African Vibes. Join me every Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja.
Citizen FM Abuja.
you for staying tuned. It's still Insight on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umotte, and my guest is still in the studio, Divine Crowns. Divine Ade, whichever one you want. Divine is a student of microbiology, Nasarawa State University, and today, Insight is looking at the election through the eyes and the lens of Divine and her mates. A majority of Nigerian youths who want to have a voice, who want to have a seat on the table. Yes. And we need to know first what they think, we need to know what they feel, and we need to know how they think and what their aspirations are. And so that's why we decided to bring an ambassador of the youth to the studio to take a look at the elections and so many other things. So as I said earlier, don't forget you can join us on our live stream on YouTube. Just type in Citizen FM 93.7, and you can also listen to us online on www.citizenfm.ng, and on social media you can follow us on Facebook at Citizen FM, at Citizen FM Abuja, on Instagram at Citizen FM 937, and also on Twitter at Citizen FM 937. And the phone lines are also open. You can call us on 0903 2229 797, 0818 2222 205, or 0818 2222 206. Any of these numbers, you can call us, and you can also send us a WhatsApp message on any of those numbers, and let's talk. Divine is still here. I'm sure she can take one or two questions. And Divine, before we dwell on the election, one issue that has always come up during the elections after counting of ballots, invalid vote. And this brings to fore the question of voter education. Yes. How do we get young people this time around to know? Because it's one thing to be interested in politics, it's one thing to
know how politics are
run and everything, but it's another thing to cast your ballot legally so that it will end up counting.
Yes. So I feel like this happened a lot. Like I observed when INEC was counting their votes, I noticed a lot of invalid votes, and I'm like, are people still making this mistake? Are people still not being able to properly, because it's a loss, do you understand? So I would say I would say including like a pamphlet, or like maybe at polling units rather, there should be like a pamphlet or a poster that highlights, okay, how to properly vote, with a bold caption that says, do not sell your votes. Your vote is your right as well. And I feel like it should also be transcribed in different languages, in different communities. Like it should just be boldly hanged. So as you're coming, you can't miss it. You see it, and then you know that, okay, if I thumbprint on the line, it is invalid. And if I thumbprint in the box, it is valid. Do you understand? Because I feel like not a lot of people are aware that these things matter, and instead of, don't waste your votes. Do you understand? Because when you do that, you waste your vote. Because I'm sure everybody wants their vote to count. So this is another way to make sure that your vote counts.
Yes, I agree with you, Divine. But we are talking about a group of people who are largely educated. Because when you're talking about the youths, majority of them are educated. This is an IT era. A lot of them would have access to the internet and everything. Yes. These are things that can be picked up also in the internet, and even by reading and everything, not just waiting until election day. Yes. We know that a lot of this should also be done by political parties.
Yes, they should.
And we also have government agencies who should also educate people on how to vote legally. But I guess it's something, even amongst you clubs, different clubs in different societies, in schools and everything, can also come up with this just to make sure that we
spread awareness. Yes, of course.
Okay. Now let's go to the election proper. We have two sets of election on Saturday. In fact, three sets. One is the election into the House of Assembly.
Yes.
The second is election of the governor, which is taking place in 28 states, not everywhere. Yeah. Then the third set of elections are those elections that were postponed during the last time. some in Enugu State, some other places and stuff like that. So, but let's focus on the House of Assembly. These are the lawmakers.
Yeah.
And if you know, the legislative arm is a very important arm in government. Now, how do we get young people? What is the mindset of the young people of your generation? What do you think about the legislature? How should the legislature function?
I feel like the legislative agenda the new regimen should be to prioritize the people. I feel like the people deserve a say. There should be a representative at each hearing, like I said earlier, so that any issues, somebody representing the youth community, representing the elderly community, these are people that would come, okay, probably in their communities they have a discussion and they should be allowed to be present in hearings to talk about these things, the things that bother them. Because a lot of Nigerians are suffering, and I feel like a lot of Nigerians don't know where to cry to. That is why there's a lot of, social media, because they don't know, will our leaders listen? So I feel like that would make a lot of sense, and I feel like that would, elevate, it gives people peace of mind. Say, oh, okay, do you know what? Don't worry. This place, it's an open place. It should be an open place where people can come and lay their, and, they find a solution to it and we move.
And also, considering the fact that it's the easiest place for young people to have access to in terms of elective office.
Yes.
It's easier for a young person to be elected into the legislature than to be elected into the government house.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we also talk about getting young people to be interested in becoming political party members.
Yes.
Because these are also ways that you boost your chances of getting into the legislative. Now, before we go further, let's talk a little bit about the Not Too Young to Run Act.
Yeah.
This was as a result of the clamor for getting young people a place on the table.
Yeah.
To your mind, since this became an act, has this made any significant difference in terms of the quality and the number of young people that you have in offices?
Yeah, I think it has, because it has reduced the age for a lot of people. So a lot of people can now feel the need to now come out and say, okay, they will listen to me. Do you understand? So I think it's good. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think it's a step in moving Nigeria forward. Yes. Okay.
Yes, the numbers are still open. The number to call is 0903 2229797. Or you can call us on 0818 205 or 0818-2222-206. Any of these numbers, and don't forget you can also send us a WhatsApp message and let's know how you feel about this topic. We are discussing the elections coming up on Saturday through the lens of the young people. How do the young people see governance and government and even politics? And we have Divine Crowns, who is a student of microbiology from the Nassarawa State University here, giving us an insight into how she sees these things. So let's take your calls. Okay, we have a call here. Let's see. Oh, we lost that. You can call back on 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818-2222-206. Any of these numbers, let's talk. Yes, okay. We have a caller here. Let's see. Hello. Oops. Hello. We've picked the call and it's reading. Oh. Please, can you call back? The call was actually reading, but you weren't saying anything. Please pay attention to your screen once we pick you so that you can talk. The number is 0903 2229797 or 0818-2222-205. You can also call us on 0818-2222-206. Any of these numbers, let's talk. Now, Divine.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at the issue of values. A lot of people are disgusted, so to speak, with some of the kind of politics we play.
Yeah.
People believe politics is dirty.
Yeah.
People believe that politics, you need to exhibit a lot of vices and everything. But growing up, we had values.
Yes, we do.
And those values are still subsisting today. For a young person, what do you think are those values that you cannot compromise when it comes to involvement in politics?
I think one of the values you should not compromise is honesty. I feel like free and fair, that word free and fair plays a major role, because if you're honest and if you're transparent and if you feel like it's free and you feel like you did your best, you feel like you've done all you could, and then the result, like, you'll be happy. It creates like you are free, your mind is free. You understand? You don't have to be constantly covering your tracks because of the things that you've done. Do you understand? So I feel like this value should not be dropped, and I feel like we should not emulate what we see. I feel like we should, on our own, move in a different path and in a different aspect altogether.
And that brings us to the issue of mentoring also.
Yes.
Some people in your generation have been accused of being in too much of a hurry.
Yeah.
They want to get into office without learning the ropes and everything. Do you pay attention to the issue of mentoring? What plans do you have? Because these are issues that are vital.
Yes, they are. And I feel like the kind of person that shapes your mind, because your environment also has a way of affecting your mind and how you grow. So if you have the right mentor, if you have the right leader, or if you have somebody that you feel like is a role model, that will stand for you. I feel like it's the best, because a lot of people, like, you need guidance. In as much as we want to, be part of it and everything, we are not so much in a hurry to be part of it without knowing what it takes. Because Nigeria is a big country. Do you understand? And you need to be prepared. You don't want to come to the office and you don't want to miss, actually. You just want to make sure that you are always on target. So I feel like mentoring is very important, and who mentors you is also very important. You have to make sure that the person that you mentor, is this person honest? Do you value this person's integrity? The person's achievement, does it line with your goals? Is the person somebody you want to aspire to be? Do you understand? These are questions. This is why I said it should be introduced in school systems already. It should, from as a young age, all our children should already know what politics are. They should know what voting is. They should know a little bit about it, so that when they are called or asked, okay, sell your vote or come and do this, or they will say, no, they taught us in school that we shouldn't. They taught us in school that vote buying is bad. They taught us in school that, that is how it should be. Because a lot of people, some children don't know. Do you understand? And they grow up, because like I said, we are fighting for our Nigeria, a new Nigeria. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for a country that we can talk outside and stand and say, my country is this, and nobody will contest with us because we know what we're saying.
Okay, let's move to the leadership question. When you people sit together in classrooms, at home, in groups, what are the questions what are those questions young people should be asking, especially when it comes to the issue of governance and politics?
Yeah, like I said, who your leader is very important, because it plays a major role on how it is affecting, because it's going to affect the nation and affect how people see and everything. So I feel like one of the things we do ask is we want to know, is our leader trustworthy? Is our leader sensitive? Is our leader caring? Does our leader know that we're suffering? Does our leader listen? These are the things that we ask ourselves. Do you think Nigeria will be better if this person comes in seat, or if the other person comes in seat? Do you understand? That is what we talk about.
All right, if you're just joining us, it's Insight on Citizen FM 93.7, and my guest has been Divine Crowns. Divine Ade. Choose whichever one you want. Divine is an ambassador of the youth, so to speak, speaking on how the younger generation look at politics and governance in Nigeria. Inside, we'll take a short break, and when we return, we will be on the final lap of the program. Please don't go away.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Tarkashi yanzu kuma lokaci ne na neman lada domin watan Ramadan ya karatu, wata mai albarka ya sake dawowa. Don haka muna kira ga daukacin musulmi domin daukar nauyin waɗansu daga cikin shirye-shiryenmu masu albarka, tsoffi da ma sabbi. Kiran sallah, tafsirin alkur'ani mai girma, karatun alkur'ani mai girma, tattaunawa akan abubuwan da suka shafi watan Ramadan mai albarka, shirinmu mai suna matan aljanna, shirinmu na yara manyan gobe domin matasa masu tasowa, shirinmu na sauro special kai tsaye daga tashar Citizen FM. Allah ya ce wa zai bani bashi, ni kuwa in biya shi ranar kiyama. Tabbas lokaci yayi domin daukar nauyin ɗaya daga cikin waɗannan shirye-shirye, sai ka tuntube mu a lambar waya kamar haka: 0800-63-78-23 ko kuma 0813-73-46-4218.
Ni'matallahi alaykum. هل من خالق غير الله يرزقكم من السماء والأرض؟
Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations accountable. We have cartoons, videos, podcasts, and other interesting content for your delight. For timely update on politics, entertainment, sport, and business, visit our website on www.premiumtimesng.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Citizen at Sunset on Citizen FM 93.7. This is the fun-packed radio show you heard about. Did you miss any one of our programming today? Join me, Diddy, from the Citizen Hut when we run through our programs from sunrise. Stay abreast, get informed on news roundup. It even gets better. Do you think you know Nigeria? Answer 3 questions correctly and be one of our daily winners on quizzes. It is the full package. Let's take you back, way back on African Vibes. Let's celebrate the African people, the rich cultures across borders, the languages, the good food, and wealth of excellence on African Vibes. Join me every Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja.
Citizen FM Abuja. Yeah.
Thank you for staying tuned. It's still Insight on Citizen FM 93.7, and we're on the final lap. My guest is still here, Divine Crowns, student of microbiology, Nasarawa State University. Divine, thank you so much again.
I'm happy to be here, honestly.
I know. Okay, Divine and I have been taking a look at the governorship and the House of Assembly election, but Divine has been showing us what the young ones think about this election, what the younger generation of Nigerians, how do they see politics, how do they see governance. This will be in contrast with a lot of people, especially the older generation, who most times they call us analog, and they are the digital age. So how do they see this brings me to the issue of technology and even social media. I know that Divine surprisingly is not on Twitter, but I know that she's very busy on social media. So but Divine, let's look at the place of social media. What are the positives from the social media, especially when it has to do with youth involvement and in politics?
Okay, I would say the Nigerian youth have a massive influence, not just on Nigeria's democracy, but on Nigeria's future. We cannot move forward without their involvement, and they are a dominating force. They are even more formidable online. Nigeria's social atmosphere, they kept the aspiring candidates on their toes and engaged throughout their campaign. And, you know, a particular candidate even expressed his displeasure that we were giving him high blood pressure. Gen Zs are watching channel news. Everybody's interested in Nigeria's future. And I feel like social media is a weapon. It is our biggest tool in fighting corruption in Nigeria. The pictures we take, the videos we make serve as evidence. It serves as proof. You understand? Because a lot of us, I don't know how many of us waited, how many of us uploaded our polling unit results to our statuses. You know, we shared it, we've made videos, we made live feeds. So a lot of us, even if you were not in Owerri, you knew what was happening in Owerri. Do you understand? So this is how, like, it's showing how social media has really helped, you know, highlight something that's helped keep the candidates on their toes, because they know that, okay, no, it's no longer about it's not business as usual anymore, because we have to be impressed. You have to impress us. We have to see that, okay, this man really wants this man really is pushing. Do you understand? So I feel like it has taught a lot of people, Nigeria's election has taught a lot of people to use their various media platforms as weapons to invoke and enforce transparency.
Well, yes, there can be a lot of positives, Divine.
Yes.
But there can also be a lot of negatives, if not well used. So are there fears among your peers on how to play up the positives and
downplay the
watch
negatives.
out for the negatives?
Okay. Positives, I feel like I said, it keeps candidates on their toes, because it makes them know that, okay, if I mess up, I would trend. I would trend. Do you understand? So I feel like that's a good thing. It highlights, you know, it just keeps you so that you will just constantly be abreast with the things that are going on. But I feel like you also have a negative in the sense of fake news and false, you know, things that did not, false recounts of events that did not happen. And this has a way of inciting people. It has a way of inciting violence. So I feel like we should focus more on spreading good news than bad news. Because a lot of times bad news reaches, there's this saying that bad news reaches faster than good news. It spreads more. Do you understand? So we should try to, as much as we can, curb the spread of fake news. Once you know that the news is fake or something, you take it down immediately. Don't falsify things. Don't try to trigger people. That's what I would say. Okay.
If you were called to the table, the people who decide things in Nigeria, and you were asked this question, what do you think is the best way to support the youth?
The best way, like I would say, is to just listen to them. Provide a panel. Let them feel like, oh, we hear you. We understand you. We care. And I feel like that's all the youths are asking for. We don't want a situation where we talk about politics and our ages are thrown at our faces. Because there's this saying, they say experience is the best teacher. It's a lie. Experience is a wicked teacher. Example is the best teacher, not experience. Because I don't have to go through the trauma before you teach me how to do it properly. So that is why I said it is very crucial for our leaders, because we need people that would show us good examples so we can emulate. Because they have a way of affecting our society, affecting how we think. Because when you feel like your leader does not care, you don't, all of a sudden yourself, you don't care. You don't care about what you do. You don't care about, you know, you throw things on the road, you know, you don't care. Do you understand? Because you feel like, after all, they don't care about me, so me too, I will not care about them. That's what it's, and before you know it, like, there's a lot of, you know, you don't care what's going on. Because I mean, a lot of us should be patriotic. We should be, like, Nigeria's condition should actually inspire a lot of people. We should be sympathetic, because it's a lot. It is a lot, and it puts a lot of people in positions where they are not, because a lot of people are suffering, and it's the suffering aspect that is just very, very sad. It is. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Do you think sincerely that does it look as if things are about to change?
I believe that things will change. I believe in a new Nigeria.
Well, I guess we'll have to leave it at that, Divine Crown. We have to leave it at that. Elections are in 2 days from now.
Yes.
And what are you?
May the best win. May the best man with the best campaign win. May the people's choice win. That is what I would say. I mean, because for me, I would say the governor, it has been a spectacle. Watching it all, like different things, different speeches, different views. It has really been something. It is engaging many people, because a lot of, like, this election has given a lot of people insight on who their neighbor is. You know, how they think. Like, who has good plans for this nation and who doesn't.
And even their friends on social media.
Yes, of course, because I mean, this election, a lot of people have fought one way or the other. I've had arguments, because some people want a particular leader and some people don't want that particular leader. So it's just like it has just given a lot of people insight on, okay, and I also feel like the insight, if it is negative, I feel like it should be corrected. I don't feel like the person's tribe should play a role at all. I feel like Nigeria should be one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. We should not care about who's from where and who is from east, who is from north. That thing doesn't matter, because it's causing unnecessary competition. Because you feel like, no, it's not necessary at all. What is necessary? Lay out your plans. What do you do to intend to take Nigeria forward? What are your plans for the youth? What are your plans for the educational sector? What are your plans for security? Because Nigeria is no longer secure. Do you understand?
Okay, Divan, I guess we have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for your appearance on Insight. Divine Crowns, student of microbiology, Nasarawa State University. Such a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Looking at election from your lens, it's so enlightening. Thank you so much, Divine.
I appreciate it.
And I hope after the elections, one of these days, we may have to get you back to the studio.
I cannot wait.
Thank you. All right, so that's the package on Insight today. The program returns on Monday. By then, hopefully, we'll be able to give you results from some of the states concerning the governorship election and the election into the state houses of assembly. Until then, on Saturday's election in 28 states, if you're registered to vote, go out and cast your ballot. My name is Lawrence Umotte. Enjoy the rest of your day.